Today I'm going to show you how I use JobSquirrel to generate a resume that's tailored for a particular job listing. JobSquirrel is composed of two separate components. We have Stashboard, which you see right here. It's just a web page with a Node.js backend where all of the logic happens. And then we have Scamper, which is a browser extension that when you click on it, it just grabs all of the HTML on the current page and it sends it to Stashboard for processing. JobSquirrel is totally general purpose. The way that it works is you go to a job board or even a company's own job listing. Like here's one for Raytheon. This is not a job board. It's just a job listing on their company website. And then when you click on Scamper, it's going to send the HTML on that page over here to Stashboard. And Stashboard is then going to send all of that HTML up to OpenAI's API. And it's going to say, hey, could you please find the active job listing on this page? So it's using the magic of LLMs to extract that data. Indeed's format is going to be different than Dice, etc. When we do that, OpenAI is going to return us the normalized job listing in Markdown format. Let's process a few jobs. We'll go out here to Indeed and find something. Click on Scamper. And over here in Stashboard, you can see that processing has started. In this first step, it's just going to send it up to OpenAI and normalize the data. This is pretty quick. There we go. And now we have the job. The next thing is to generate a resume and a cover letter. Before we generate the resume, I want to show you a couple things. Custom instructions and contact information. Custom instructions is information that you want JobSquirrel to take into consideration when it generates your resume. This is all stuff that's specific to me. You put things in there that are specific to you. And then personal information is the canonical source of your contact information. If you've got multiple resumes that are used as a data source for JobSquirrel, those resumes, say, have a different phone number, it might not know what phone number to use. So just put the phone number that you want it to use in here. Phone number, email address, etc. Put that in there. And now let's generate a resume. This actually goes to Claude code. We normalize the job listing with OpenAI, but the resume and the cover letter are actually generated with Claude code. And the reason for that is I tried a few different LLMs for both parts of the process, but these are just the ones that worked out the best. Okay, so it generated the resume, and now let's see what we got. Beautiful. Let's talk about this for a second. Where is it pulling this information from? That is actually coming from the config resume data folder. What you do is you put in your resume, maybe you got two versions of your resume for slightly different things, cover letter. You can have an LLM output everything it knows about your technical or job-related skills to a Markdown file and throw that in here. Whatever you got that you want to use as a data source for your generated resume, put it in here. Now we know where the information that is used to generate this resume comes from. And Claude does a pretty good job at sticking to that. It's not perfect. Occasionally, it'll put something down here that was in the job listing, but is not in resume data. Well, there's a few ways that you can deal with that. First thing is to click on this double check button. When you click that, it's going to ask Claude to review this current resume. Could you please take another look at this and make sure that this resume here follows all of the instructions that are specified in custom instructions? So that's one way to handle that situation. Another way to handle it is to just generate another resume. Another way you can do it is we have a remix button up here. Here, watch. Generate this with a space pirate theme. Not that you would actually do this. All the normal UI niceties that you might expect with a production website aren't really here, but you can see it says Claude process started. Next way that you can edit something is by clicking the edit button. So you click that, and it's actually going to give you the HTML version of the resume. You just come in here and edit out what you don't want. Save it. Okay, let's wait for this resume to finish processing. All right, yeah. You can do this the other way too. You could say, make this look more of an engineering format, whatever you want. Just ask for it in the remix. Work your resume until you get it right. And then when you're ready to generate a PDF, come over here to this PDF button, click it, and it'll generate the PDF. But notice on this one, the margins are a little bit too tight. What you can do is come back out here to the resume and adjust the margins. But usually it's not too difficult to get this looking exactly how you would like. So now that we've got a resume, let's generate a cover letter. It's going to do the exact same thing. So let's wait on Claude here. Okay, and looks like we have our cover letter. Let's go look at the markdown for this job listing. When you generate this resume, it's going to take this markdown and it actually stuffs it into your resume. You can't see it, but it's there. It does it as a 0.01 pixel font and a background color of white.